All right. Have we begun? No, we haven't. Hello, everybody. Let me just see if we are online. Hold on for 1 second. All right, there we are. We are online. It's so good to see you and to be here with you today. I'm really looking forward at seeing what wants to come through for us and for the cards. And I've been really sort of reflecting on this time these last couple of weeks, as it's a new thing that I've begun doing. I'm not reading the cards. I've been doing the cards for years and years. Hey, Mina. Hey, Sakshi. And yet it's been a while since I've done it in a more public forum other than my one-on-one sessions. And it's been really beautiful to get this sense and this energy and this feeling of like that light coming through and descending into earth, and then finding a ground right through me, through this session, and then having it sort of like expand. And right now, as we all know, the more light and love and consciousness that can come into the earth, the more that we can really support the evolution of the collective and of ourselves in this time. So I'm just really grateful to be here, and for all of you that choose to join in and come. And yeah, it feels really, really good. And it's funny because it was a palm reader that I went and did a session with. And she's like, you need to do tarot and you need to go on the YouTube. Like, she's like, it's calling you. And I'm like, oh, okay, why not? And it just feels really, really beautiful and really profound. And so really grateful to be here. So I want to start, as I always start, I start by just picking a card or maybe two cards for the week. Like, what do we need to know for this next week and this upcoming time and space of this crazy and beautiful life that we're living. And so I'm just going to take a moment and see what cards are calling me forward, what wants to be picked. And yeah, getting an herbal card today. And so we're going to work with this energy of the Maya Toll deck, asking what is it that we most need as a collective? What will support us? What will open to us? What will bring to us any guidance to support us over this next week? Anything we need to know? Yeah, I'm even getting the sense like to bring us nourishment for this next week as a collective. Okay. Oh, I love this. This has come up a couple times in this readings. It's lavender, and it's the energy of tough love, according to Maya Toll, whose book this is. Let's see if I can get it without the glare. And for me, this card is very, very powerful because it's got the tiger energy in it, and it's the energy of the tiger. Oh, it's a little bit more glare closer to it. Sorry. And the energy of this tiger to me represents energy of protection and yet grounding. Hi, Laura. It's nice to see you. Feel free to leave a question. We have 3 in line so far. And so with the energy of the tiger and the energy of lavender, first, there's a key thing to really nourish our system, to not get in the head and not be like trying to figure out what we need to do and how we need to move and like, how are we going to protect ourselves? How are we going to be safe? How are we going to be in our body? But instead, what it is, it's really about coming down into ground, into our body, and asking the energy of our thoughts, asking the energy of our fears to move down and melt like ice cubes into the earth. The tiger in Qigong, I'm a Qigong therapist as well. And the tiger in Qigong to me really represents, yeah, protection. As you said, Sakshi, there's a sense of protection. It brings in the energy of keeping us in our body, but also keeping us out of our head too much. It's sort of like when we're up here and we can't inhale life in, when we can't take in that beautiful big breath of life or exhale the crap out, then how do we like function? And so this card to me today really speaks of staying grounded and asking our thoughts to dissolve, our worries to dissolve like ice into the earth. And in this card again, there's a little bunny rabbit, and that little bunny rabbit is reminding us of gentleness as well. Where can we find some gentleness? And I'm sorry, again, I have a little bit of a glare today, a little bit of gentleness and a little bit of space and peace. And I think that gentleness comes towards ourselves, right? We're all trying to do better. We're all trying to figure things out. We're all trying to do the best we can. And where can we be fierce and strong, but where at the same time can we find a gentleness? Okay. I'm going to see if another card wants to come up for this week. Yeah, and I'm going to pull one from my Rider-Waite deck. So for those of you that have come and visited it before, you know this is a very powerful deck. It's a more traditional deck, and it's one I've been using for about almost 30 years. And it was used before me. Hi, Apu. Nice to see you. Thanks for subscribing. So good to have you with us. Feel free to subscribe. I'm here every Tuesday at 2. And you can always leave a message if you like. Yes, it can be whatever comes out or something very specific, Lala Moonchild. And feel free, as I said, to subscribe. The more subscribers there are, the more that I can share on YouTube. Okay. So just one more card for our collective knowledge. What do we need to know for this next week? What's going on? Okay. Beautiful. And it really resonates. I love when the cards resonate. So to me, this is a card also of gentleness. It's the Six of Cups. And here it is, the energy or the light of like an old friend or a child, children giving to each other. It's being gentle with each other. It's being kind. So one of the things that I'm inviting us all to do this week is to find a sense of gentleness within ourselves, and also open to a space of where can we really receive the gifts that life is bringing to us? Where can we really allow and open and come into a space of, instead of like protection or trying to figure everything out, oh my gosh, like there's so much coming here. And especially with old friends or people that you haven't connected with in a while, it's a beautiful time to really take that in. You might get a call from someone you haven't seen in a while. It's also a time to really nourish our emotions and to stop thinking so much. So this week, it's all about coming into the heart, right? It's all about coming into the heart, finding a little bit of tenderness and gentleness, and knowing you're protected. Call on the tiger for protection. Bring in the energy of lavender and let them do the work. Okay. So beautiful. So it's good to see everyone. If you're new joining me, I'm here every week for about an hour, and I take questions in the order they come. Feel free to subscribe and follow me. That way you'll get news and when I'm on. I'm on every Tuesday, but other offerings. And I'm going to start with Sakshi and then Meena and then Amanda. And then we're looking down at Soulful Sayeda. Nice to meet you. And then Sia and also Lala Moonchild. Okay. And so Lala, once you get a sense of your question, just go ahead and put that in. And yes, regulating the system is huge. So Meena, your question actually came first. So I'm going to start with you. And I'm going to take a moment. And this question is all about Fahad and what is his intentions towards Meena in relationship towards his intentions or his feelings for his wife. My understanding is that he is separated. And so just holding that space for that. Okay, and I'm going to start with the Ascended Masters cards for you, Meena, and just see what comes out, and then I will pull one or two other cards. Okay. And Meena and Sakshi are so beautiful, such sweet beings that I've connected with in this last couple months, and grateful for their energy here. Okay. So the question that I'm asking is, Mina, in this card, because they usually will give like very pointed answers, is just what do you need to know about Fahad's attention towards you? And then we'll bring in the other aspect with the next few cards. Okay. So the number one thing, and it's Krishna. I love Krishna. I would assume you're somewhat familiar with him being in the East. So that energy of Krishna is in this card is find the blessing in your current situation. And so first of all, we just want to look at the energy of Krishna anyways. It's that bhakti energy. It's pure love. It's pure light consciousness. It's in a bigger space. And hi, Shelly, it's good to see you. And it's like knowing there's a bigger plan unfolding here. And so your job is not just to find the blessing in the situation, but it's like, where can you stay with an open heart? Continue to do your work. This doesn't necessarily mean even an open heart or just an acceptance of whatever is going on for Fahad, but it's more in your own experience and your own energy. I do want to point out there is a karmic connection there between you guys, and that it is playing out on some level. So trusting in that, okay? And trusting in the bigger picture. Okay. And yes, Shelley, we have quite a few questions before you, but we definitely have time for you and room for you. And so working with this energy again, a couple questions with Mina. And this one is going to be the energy related to his feelings towards her and then towards his separated wife. And the intention there. And I want to bring it back just for a moment. So this first card I'm going to pick, Mina, it's going to be for you. Okay. The second card I'm going to pick is going to be sort of for his wife. Okay. And then the second card, third card is going to be just sort of any action to take. So the first card I get is movement. So there is going to be movement. You said there's been some communication. It's the Four of Swords in reverse. And so there is some movement there for you. It's sort of time not for you to create action. You're not here to shift the situation, but the time of rest is over. So I think there is going to be perhaps more communication or more movement, or even for yourself, just more clarity on any steps you want to take. That might be setting more boundaries. Because looking at the other cards, he's still not in a space where he's necessarily going to jump and move forward. Now, my sense is with his wife, there's a stagnancy there, right? There isn't, it's not like this new love is blossoming or there's all this energy. It's the Ace of Swords in reverse, but there's still a fear or an unwillingness to perhaps cut those bounds completely. It doesn't mean he won't. It doesn't mean he can't. It's something that he's still processing, but there's a fear of letting it go, right? And so there's a stagnancy and a holding on in that space. And when we look at the action to take, it's the Two of Pentacles, right? And the Two of Pentacles is this back and forth, right? And this action is perhaps more around you or perhaps more around the situation. And so when we look at that, what I would like you to do is to know there's still going to be this sort of back and forth and this back and forth and this not knowing, right? And this is on the very practical matter. And this is, again, maybe some of what you just typed, right? It's sort of like the practical matter of what you should do and what you need to do, not you, him in regards to the situation. And at the same sense, where his emotional heart and his physical heart lie, like he has the desire, he has the energy, has the attraction to be with you, but it's a bigger piece, right? So there's more that's playing out. There still is not clarity there that he is going to make that choice or that he's going to go back and be fully in it, but there's still a slowness and a stagnancy. I think there's a deep love for you more. I shouldn't say more than his wife, but I think for his wife, it's more of a responsibility and it's more of that practical thing. Whereas the connection you have is more on that deep soul level. And there's something, again, more karmic there. And so unfortunately, it's out of your hands. And so when we see the movement, one of the questions that I would invite you to be with and to do, because there is movement for you, is what is it that you most need? It might even be calling in on the energy of Lord Krishna, right? Even if he's not in your truth or your religion, and asking for guidance, asking for support to really show you what are the next steps you need to make within your own process, because you are such a bright light, and that will magnify and bring in whatever it is that you may need. Okay. So much love. And I just want to comment, Melissa. So I think you're number 6 or 7 in line, and I'm very happy to do a reading for you, but it's just going to be a little while. I do finish around 3. And Melissa, if you want to type in where you're from, I would love to know that. Also, just letting everyone know, feel free to follow my site and subscribe if you haven't already. Next Tuesday, I will be here at 2. I also offer an online shamanic journey on Tuesday evenings, the first Tuesday of every month. So if you're curious about that, check out my website, and you can check out my other offerings as well. Oh, I'm in Tennessee. Melissa. I'm in Nashville, so it's good to see you, someone local. Feel free to type it in, Mina, really quick, and then I'll just let you know. Sakshi, I'm going to take a moment and tune in and see what's going on with you. And so, Sakshi, the first cards that come to me are working with the, again, Rider-Waite deck. Go. And it's lovely to have you here with us. I really love channeling this energy in. Maynard, I don't know where Maynard is. I just moved here 2 years ago. So, okay. So I'm just going to clear the deck for a moment. And so Sakshi's question is quite similar to Mina. It's interesting. They're in similar situations with their beloveds, both being out of a relationship and yet still having some connection and duty to their wives. So this is around Jamshir. What is the energy for Jamshir and his intentions in relation to Sakshi? Okay, so I'm going to pull a few cards. Oh, I didn't realize yours wasn't separated. Hey, Tara, it's nice to see you. Okay. Mm-hmm. And so Sakshi, similar to Mina, I just picked 3 cards, one for you, one sort of in relationship to his wife, and then one in relationship to the action. Okay. So your situation is very different than Mina's in the cards and what's coming out for the cards, right? And Mina, you can just type your clarifier in, because I'll just read it off the cards I pulled for you already. So there's something going on with you, Sakshi, and I know that some of what you've been doing is related to your nervous system and coming into being, and that's part of the gifts and the lessons of this. And one of the things that's happening is there's this energy, and I'm seeing this more around you than around him. And it's the 8 of Cups. And it's about allowing yourself to step away. And that might be stepping away from the situation right now. Again, giving him that time and that energy to walk away from this idea or these dreams of everything you have built. Feel free, Tara. Now, I just so you know, I'm reading till 3, and you may end up being one of the last questions. So it's going to be a little bit, and feel free to let me know where you're coming in from. And so this energy of walking away from the dreams. Now, that doesn't mean like letting it all go. Sakshi, but it's time for you to really, again, work on yourself. What is it that you need? Where it is it that you need to flow? And what is it that's calling your attention? And so it's not like, oh, I'm just letting this go completely, but can I put this energy and can I put my energy to a different use? And the Five of Cups in reverse, this is more about the energy and his intentions to his wife. So when Five of Cups is right side up, it's like focusing on all the slits. Perfect. That's perfect, Sakshi. When it's right side up, he's like focusing, or the energy is more focused on like what he doesn't have. When it's in reverse, it's sort of like, I'm trying to stay present. There's something going on emotionally with him where he's trying to stay present. He's trying to stay focused, and he's trying to put himself in alignment to what's there now. So my sense, he's moving with a lot of emotional stuff. He's trying to like deal with what's at hand, and he doesn't necessarily know how to do that. And when we look at action, we have the moon in reverse. And so the moon in reverse is a major arcana card. And to me, this is again like, I think that lavender, balancing the nervous system, is really going to help, because this is like, don't get swept away with the unknown, and don't get swept away with everything that you're thinking about. One of the things I might even ask you to do is to look at this sense of like, how do I say it? Where are you putting your energy? And can you reel your energy back in? Because there's a part of you that's perhaps feeding him or giving him that energy. And then you can feel a lot of what's going on unconsciously, right? In his field. My sense is, again, it's similar. There's a duty. There is a sense of duty. I think he's very confused right now, in a space of deep confusion. Okay. And then I did pull a clarifying card for you, and your job is to rest. Your job is to work and nourish on your system, nourish your being, do things that create peace for yourself, create boundaries. Feel free to check out the Wei Chi Field video, the rose centering video. How can you create those spaces and those boundaries, and then allow yourself to rest? So it's really about turning your energy inward as he moves through a lot. He's actually moving through a lot of emotional and energetic stuff right now that's quite heavy, and it's not yours to feel with. So I think he has very strong feelings, and at the same time, he's got a lot to work through and unpack, and it's not your job to hold that for him. I He's happy with her. No, I think he's got to work on it. But at the same time, I don't know if he's at a space where he's willing either to make the change, and he's, again, trying to do what's expected and better for him. Okay. Not better for him, expected and safer. Okay. And so the next question, Mina, feel free to ask your clarifying anytime. Oh, here. Okay. I do think, yeah, Mina, I do think there is an underlying energy of him wanting you to see certain things and to be doing that. I would agree that that's part of it. And so, so working with it in that space. So I think that you're right with that, but again, I would not, like, there's something about giving power away, right? Like if you focus too much on that. And so it's, again, where does your energy want to go? Where can you flow with it that's not giving it to him in that way? But yes, I think that is related more to you being able to see it. Okay, so this next question was for Amanda in Kingston, Ontario. Amanda, it's good to see you. I don't know if you're with us live, and your question is about sleep. And I got this earlier in the day, and I got a very clear message to pick an herbal card for you. And so anything you need to know that can support your sleep, support your energy. So Comfrey, very powerful card. Comfrey is all about soothing the nervous system. Well, it's actually about soothing like cuts and bruises and ribs and knitting things together, but it's very mucinogenic. We have the moths and the energy there. And with the moths and the energy, there is a transformation happening within you. And the question on this card is, what needs mending, right? What needs mending? And so there's a lot that's being transformed within you. There's a lot that's shifting within you. And so your job to help with sleep and to work with sleep is to continue doing the work you're here to do, continue to be looking at these deeper patterns, and then to find a gentleness and an energy of soothing space, right? Slow down, nourish yourself, put your hands in the areas of your body where you're feeling tension and anxiety. Mucinogenic, so like licorice comes to mind. You could drink a comfrey tea, but I think it's more like something sweet. So a licorice tea might be very supportive. And the question for you is to continue to ask yourself, where can I settle? Where can I slow down? And how can I allow my system to relax? Okay. And ask for that support and connect with the plant spirits in your garden, right? I know Amanda's got a big garden. So thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'm going to move on to the next question. So I have to go back up and see where we were. So the next question, and so Lala Moonchild, you did sign in pretty quick, but you didn't leave a specific question. If you put a specific question, I will do yours next if you're still here. I'm going to start with Sayeda. Sayeda, it's a beautiful name. Where are you coming from, Sayeda? And thank you again for liking and subscribing. Please feel free to subscribe to my page. Helps me get out there, and it also allows you to know when I'm doing more live things. And yeah, I'm going to be offering a little bit more live events in the coming months, as well as some weekly videos. So Sayeda, your question is, what are the current thoughts and feelings of Mehdi towards you, of Mehdi? Okay, so I'm going to take a moment. Okay, so I'm getting called to choose an Ascended Master card. Okay. I'm going to pull a couple cards for clarification, just because this might the words on this one might scare you, and it's not good. It's not a scary card. I want to get some clarification. Okay. Okay. So this is pretty powerful for you, Sayeda. Yes. So my sense is, number one, you are a powerful, strong woman. There is a lot of energy there, and he sees that, and it scares him perhaps a little bit, but that doesn't mean that you're scary or bad. It's more like, is he not ready to make this shift and this choice? So I'm going to show you a couple things. So first of all, the last card I pulled was the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune, to me, it's all about karma. And it is fortune, it's good fortune, good things coming your way, but it's allowing things to move and allowing life to take its course. And with that, there's going to be some bumps on the way. And so one of the things that I would invite you to do, because I think this is, again, is more for you than just about how he feels towards you. It's about letting go of any control or letting go of trying to change yourself or to control the situation at all. The first card that I picked up, it's a very powerful card. It's Serapis Bey, who is like a sort of a magician. And the reason why I wanted clarification is because the words are go now. And so what does it mean? Like run away, or does it mean go towards the situation? And so the energy that I get is there is some action there, right? And there's some action for you to take. And when I tune into the cards and I feel them, it's not about necessarily moving towards him. It's more about like standing in your power and continuing to hold your power and resonance. The being in Mehdi, the being that you're supposed to be with and that you're going to connect with, it's like they're going to see you in that power and that energy and that flow. And so if you're holding yourself back, if there's a clear invitation there and you're holding yourself back, go towards it, like move, go towards the invitation. But if it's mixed messages, like just don't even bother with it. Like don't put your energy in it. I pulled the Queen of Wands. So he sees you as a very powerful figure. He sees you as a very powerful being. You're light, you're fire, you're alive, your energy. I love this card. I see it as a representation of myself as well when I pull this card. But it's like, but I think some of it also scares him a little bit, like, and it's a little bit scary. And so then the next thing is like, don't fight it. Don't push it. Like, don't waste your energy trying to make something happen. It will either come your way or not. But as soon as you're getting in there trying to fight the flow, you're stepping out of your power. And then we have the Ace of Cups in reverse. And this is like, it's not like things are going to happen soon, right? Doesn't mean there won't be a new birth or a new romance or a romance that happens there, but there's some stagnancy, right, on his end. There's some fear on his end, and there's some energy there that's holding him back a little bit. And that's where the Wheel of Fortune came up. So I don't know if he's happy in that situation or not. I think he, again, maybe has some internal fighting within himself. But like he wasn't ready for you, right? Like he's not ready for you. And so your job again is like, and that's where again the go now is like, this is great. You're asking some questions. It's like, don't like, I want to be like, don't waste your time because I know these matters of the heart, they're hard, right? But it's like, yeah, it's like you are shining light bright and there's gonna be something or someone back in there. And if he's supposed to be the one with this Wheel of Fortune card, he will come back in. And so like, just shine your light, beautiful girl, shine your light. Okay. So beautiful. So then the next question, I'm just going to go down. Sia, I don't see Lala Moonchild hasn't responded yet. So Sia, we're going to go to you. Are you still here? It's lovely to have you with us. Please tell me where you're coming in from. And everybody, please feel free to subscribe to my site. I have lots of free videos. I'm uploading them weekly. Lots of really beautiful energy videos, connection with higher consciousness, soul work. I'm offering a shamanic journey next Tuesday night. I know for you and those in India, it's too late for you. But feel free to check out my website and you can find out lots more information of what I offer. So Sia, let's see, I'm going to just take a moment and tune in. Hi, Apu. Okay, you're still here. Great. And Toshika, I'll try and answer yours. Again, I usually read for about an hour. I've got about a half an hour left. I think we'll have time to fit you in. And hi, Apu. I love Karnataka. It's my favorite place in India, or one of them. There's so many places. I've spent quite a bit of time there. So let me just take a moment. I'm just going back to this question. Okay. Yeah, where in Karnataka are you? Okay. So let me take a moment. And it's beautiful. Awesome. I love Udupi. Yeah, I've been there. Okay, my questions are going. I just want to go back and make sure I've got the right name for you, Apu. Okay. So Apu, I'm going to go right to these Rider-Waite decks. And again, romance is in the air with a lot of these questions. Okay. What do we need to know about Jamal's feelings towards Apu? Well, I don't even know if I need to pick any more cards. You got a great one to start. Okay. Yep, I think I'm just gonna, I pick three, but we got the Lovers. So my sense is for you, Apu, there is attraction there, there's energy there, there's movement there, there's connection there. There's love there. Beautiful, powerful. There's a flow there. So trust in that and open into that space and that flow. The second card I got was great. And this is the Five of Pentacles in reverse. So you're coming out of a dry spell. There's warmth there. There's light there for you. There's a nourishment coming in. And your main job or the main invitation for you is to rest and to give yourself permission to rest and let it just happen. Yeah, there's flow. So it's funny because I think I said romance is in the air when I started shuffling the cards. And so so beautiful, beautiful. So yes, I think his energy, no, he loves you. He loves you. Thank you so much, Toshika. I appreciate that you like the energy. And Amelia, it's so nice to meet you. Elena. Yes, I will try to get you in right now. I've got quite a list, but you're on that list, and I'll be reading for about another half an hour. Feel free to follow my page. I'm here every Tuesday at 2. And yeah, and offer a lot more via my site, and we'll be offering a lot more soon. All right. Let's see if I'm missing who's next. Apu. Okay, we've got dear Shelly in Edmonton. So hi, Shelly. It's good to see you. Shelly, just for you guys all to know, is a dear friend of mine. I think I mentioned before, I met her doing tarot readings at a market. She's an amazing animal healer and communicator. And yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what's coming through for you today. So what is best to put your focus on with your work? So the first thing I get before I even pick a card, Shelly, is embodiment, and coming down to ground is so key, right? So it's like, where do you find that space, or where do you find that energy, right? That allows it to come fully into earth and into body. And one of the things that I mentioned at the beginning of these readings is like, I'm finding doing this live reading is doing that a lot for me. It's like creating that channel and bringing that light down all the way into the earth. So it's not just up here, or it's not just, around. I can journey with the best of them. And so there's something about what is going to bring you down into earth and what is going to bring you down into your body. So that's key. And this is my mind talking more than my intuition in this space. So what I'm curious about is actual physically working on animals, or having opportunities to do that at time. Maybe even, I know it's not really about people, so I don't think it's the physical work on people, but like what and so if there's a couple of animals that you do know locally, are you able to do some hands-on work with them? And if so, what could that flow and open up for you? So let me take a moment. I'm going to pull some Rider-Waite cards for you, Shelly. Just to see, maybe the question that comes to me is, where is it best to put your attention? But it's like, what are the next steps? What do you need to know? What are the next steps for you around your work? Okay. And it's coming soon. Just know that there is going to be movement and flow coming for you soon. Okay, so big change coming, and I see that, I feel that. Hold on, I'm pulling a couple cards. Oh my gosh. Okay, Shelly, this is big. So first of all, sudden shift, right? And we had this card for Sakshi, and I'm reading this in a different way. In the 8 of Cups, it's letting go of the way you think to work. It's letting go of what's comfortable. I know we've talked about a move, and it hasn't seemed like that it's been time for the move, or not, there hasn't been the right clarity, but it really is leaving what you've built behind. And I think that's really true for all of us right now. I want to let everyone that's watching, we are entering a new paradigm, and we're shifting, right? We're shifting away what we've known. And so, especially for those working in the energy realm, the healing realm, it's like everything that we were before, our identities, our experiences, it's like it no longer fits, right? And so it's a letting go of that and really handing it over to spirit. In that, there is fear, because it's like, well, how do I survive? Knight of Pentacles, like, how do I survive? And like, I need to be safe. And when the Pentacles is in reverse, it's like sometimes big blocks, right? Like, or things feel really slow or really stagnant, or other times it's like stepping out of that comfort zone and not like doing what's safe. It's doing something out of the ordinary. And Shelly, it's time. We've got the Tower, big change, big shift coming. I know you had mentioned ego death a little while ago. There is shift coming. It's like you're going to be led to go exactly where you need to go. This is a scary card when we see it. And at the same time, it's so fundamental to our growth. And life is going to push you and it's going to bring you to that space. Wheel of Fortune, bigger than you. It's taking you exactly where you need to go. Everything's going to be okay, but you've got to just ride the waves. And then the World. Perfect alignment. Okay, we're human. So unless we ascend, which maybe we're on the path to, won't be perfect alignment, but everything's going to be okay. A fullness, a wholeness, a coming into a deeper connection, prosperity, trust in the process. So I think it's about letting go, Shelley. I think it's about letting go. Okay. Very, very powerful. Okay. And then Melissa in Tennessee. Yes, it's big. It's big. No, I'm here for you if you need to share or talk about it. And so Melissa from Tennessee, if you're still here, I'm going to read yours question next. And it's about when is your house going to get finished? And I will say, I love the Knoxville area. I love that whole area around there. Went to the Smoky Mountains and it was a little too busy for me, but Knoxville is the coolest city. I really enjoyed it there. And yeah, I've really been enjoying getting out to the countryside. Oh, wonderful. Hello from Italy, Milia. So nice to have you. Is it Mila or Milia? I know it's Elena is your name, but okay. So let me take a moment. So for Melissa. Okay, I'm going to just, again, work with my old trusty deck because this is sort of like a yes, I need a clear answer. The house is going to be finished soon. Okay. Beautiful. What do you need to know about the timeline? And again, feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Feel free to check out my website. I shows my offerings on there. I do offer a group shamanic journey at the first Tuesday of every month. It's amazing. It's via Zoom. I do one-on-one readings. And I give a lot of free stuff away here. I love my time on YouTube. So if you subscribe to my channel, you'll be notified of everything I bring out. Okay, what does Melissa need to know about her house being finished? Connecting in with Melissa from Maynard, Tennessee. Oh, I can feel that you're ready. It's like you are ready. Yeah, I can feel that. Hmm. Okay, and I'm just going to pull another card for clarification. They are magic, Shelley. I'm so looking forward. Okay. I'm just going to ask straight out, will Melissa's house get finished soon or not? Okay, so I'm laughing because it's telling you to trust in the process. It's like it's all moving to align time and everything's going to move in its perfect way and perfect form. And it's been a while. You're ready. You're ready for it to move in. You're ready for things or to move into the area that's being fixed. You're done with the stuff. And it's like you're sick of hearing trust, right? So I really want to honor that. And that's the cards that the first card that I picked was the Three of Wands. It's like you've been sitting there looking out and it's like, I'm ready. And that's sort of like the image I got from you. It's like not that you've been like stuck in sludge, but it's like, I'm ready to move, right? Like I'm ready to get things going. And there's a part of you that's like, ready for freedom, right? It's like there's a freedom that comes. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about your mom, right? So you're ready for the freedom. You're ready to get moving into to get into there. So that's interesting. I'm curious about the fact that it's your mom's house in the sense, are there any legal things in the way? Is there anything that's in the way of the sense of like that slowing things down? And the reason why I asked that is the third card that I picked is the Hierophant. And the Hierophant is like a direct line. It's like a direct energy and a connection from spirit to earth. But it also has a lot to do with like the practical stuff that needs to be dealt with. So my sense is pulling the here. Okay, it doesn't have to do with that because but going to say my senses with pulling with that. If there's any legal stuff or anything in there that's in the way, it will get cleared up, and there is going to be energy and flow. So King of Swords. So this is something, and I don't know if this will relate to something. I do see this as a man, a contractor perhaps, or perhaps it's a friend or a partner, but there's something about calling out. Okay, it needs to be fixed. It's about calling out on this man to deal with it. And I hate to be like calling a man to deal with it, right? But it's like someone that's in charge or someone that's there. And it's like being like, okay, you need to come in and fix this shit. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry about my language, but it's like, you need to come in and like deal with this and move this. And there's something about bringing in. So if it isn't, if no one's coming to mind, yes, your boyfriend, just have him come and like have him be that voice and speak to who needs to be spoken to. Let him be strong in a grounded way. And in that, that's going to open up the channel. It's going to open up the space and open up the shift. So there's something about there needing to be a little bit of energy or a little bit of flow to sort of cut things open and to get things moving. Can be in a very kind way, but there's something about having your boyfriend perhaps speak in that way and speak to the contractor. Doing that will clear things up for you. And I'm just going to pull one more. Trust, right? I know that's not necessarily what you want to hear, but yeah, and then I pulled a Page of Wands. So it is going to take a little bit more time. I just asked again, very clear answer. Do we need a yes or no? Is it going to happen in the next couple of weeks, next month or something? And oh, your boyfriend is the contractor. Well, then you need to get on him. You need to tell him like there's something to do with that where there it's like get it going, right? Like get it going. And it's not an ultimatum, but it's like being very, very clear and having him put it first, like making him see, as I'm sure you've already seen, but making him move him first. I do think it's going to take a little bit of time yet, though. It's not something that's going to be done in the next, yes, you just need to, right? Like you just need to be like do it, right? And once he does it, it's going to get done, right? But it's just going to take a little bit more time. Okay, I'm sorry. It's a hassle. I see that freedom, and that freedom is coming, just so you know. That space is coming. So hi, everyone. If you're just joining, feel free to follow my page. And for those of you who have just joined, I'm going through things as they come, and I'm going to try and get all of you in. We're 2:45. So we've got Anushka. Toshika might have been next. Let's just see. Okay, I think I'm going to limit questions right now. My pleasure, Melissa. It's lovely to have another Tennessee. So Anushka, you're going to be the last client today. And so let me just see what we've got here. I have to go back through the questions, so it just takes me a moment. Okay, so Tara, are you still here? And Tara, if you are here, where are you coming in from? And working with Tara's question about Brian, I'm just going to take a moment. And just so you know, after Tara, I just want to make sure in case she's not here. Okay, Toshika, I know that you're here. So I think Toshika is next. And okay, and we've got Vedant. Okay, oops, I'm go scrolling around. Perfect. Hi, Tara from Rome. Oh, we've got two Italians here today. I would love to go there one day. And so Tara, so Toshika, you'll be next. And Toshika, if you could write your question again in the chat box, that'll make it easier for me. And so Tara and Brian's intentions or feelings towards her. Okay. I'm going to work with this beautiful deck, Rider-Waite deck again. It seems to be the deck that's coming forth today. clearing the cards. And again, opening to this energy and calling in on the energy of Tara and connecting with Brian's intention or anything she even needs to know about Brian's intentions or her movement and flow towards him. Or his movement and flow towards her, perhaps. Okay. I think I'm going to just stick with the two cards for now. I pulled a couple ahead. They don't seem to be any clearer. So I'm going to read these. I'm not sure if these relate to you or to Brian. My sense is this is more about Brian, but I'm curious for you to see how they feel and resonate within you. So my sense is with Brian, so we got the Nine of Wands. My sense with Brian is there is a connection towards you, and there is feelings of love or like towards you, romance to you, but he's afraid. It's the Nine of Wands. He's like, can I trust this, right? Can I trust this? Can I open into this? I've been hurt a lot. And so he closes himself off quite a bit, and he doesn't always show up in his fullest self. He's afraid, right? Like he's afraid to step forward. He's afraid to make his intentions known. He's even not sure if he fully wants to step into it. And so this could also be you, right? My sense is it's Brian, but it could also be you. And then the energy is strength, right? The major arcana card that came up is strength. And so the invitation for you is to be gentle. It's to give him time, to give him space, to not try to push it or move it too fast. Now, if we turn into a longer term relationship, it's important for you to speak your mind and to speak your truth, and to like be fiery and to, be who you are. And at the same time, right now, it's not about holding yourself back, but it's just being gentle and sending that love and that unconditional love and giving him the time and space that he needs to feel safe. And so knowing that, yes, he's there, he's curious, he's into it, but at the same time, there's a lot of fear there. So it's not going to move necessarily at the pace that you would think, or at least at the beginning, or in the place that other relationships perhaps have or do before. Okay. So just that gentleness and that strength is that bigger energy. And then, of course, to be gentle with yourself, because you're the one that's like, what's going on here? Right. So, okay. And so, Toshika, it's lovely to have you here. Wonderful to be with you. Love India. I've spent lots of time there. I love all the Indians that come, and I'm just feel connected to that place like no other. So what feelings does Vedant have for you? And is it worth pursuing? Okay, so again, I'm just going to clear these cards. My pleasure. Lovely to have you with us, Tara. Okay. Mm. Mm. Okay, so I picked 5 cards for you, Toshika. And so my sense is his feelings towards you, he sees you as like this beautiful being, right? Like I think he's almost afraid of you. He sees you like this is the Nine of Pentacles. It's like this is a woman that's out of his zone, maybe a little bit out of his reach. He's almost afraid to go towards you or to touch you, right? And within that, we have the King of Pentacles in reverse, where he has a lot of self-doubt and a lot of self energy, where he's like, am I like good enough, right? Like, am I good enough for you? And so that holds him back a little bit, and keeps him from maybe being really true. As I say, holding him back, like he might even put on bravado and be like, I'm extra cool, or pretend he's really cool and hot stuff. But like, there's a fear there, right? There's a fear of not being enough. And my sense is there's going to be a period of stillness and a period of space, and to give yourself that space, let him come towards you. When he's ready, there will be a message with the Page of Pentacles coming. It will be a grounded message. He's going to come to you when he's ready, and he will have something to offer you. There will be like an honoring of you and an offering of you. And that's when there'll be flow and energy. And that's when I would move forward with it. And then there's a chance for real powerful connection and powerful movement there. Ace of Swords. And it's going to cut through things, right? But it's not worth you pursuing it until he's ready or till he comes to you. Until that happens, you're just like, he's just not going to show up, right? Like he might put on that bravado or he might run and hide. But it's really about him coming to a place within himself where he can show up and really honor you in the way that you deserve. And then from there, bring you an invitation and a clear invitation. So it's more about him coming towards you than you coming towards him. Okay, I hope that makes sense. So we've got a couple more readings to do, and I just want to go through and see where we're at. Okay, so Mila, you were next. I'm sorry if I went a little bit in front of you. So it's beautiful to have you with us, Elena. And what will be Michelle's feelings or intention for you after your first meeting in person? And just to let you know who is next after this, Jania, if you're still here, let me know because you'll be next, okay? And so let me go back to Elena. Okay, after your first meeting in person. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay, I'm going to start with an Ascended Masters deck. I love all the romance questions today. Wow. So this is for Elena, and it's questions around Michelle and after their first meeting in person. And I'm getting a sense. I'll pull the cards first, but I'll let you know what I feel and sense. Okay. Okay. Interesting. So there's something about your online connection that's really important. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Toshika. I really appreciate it. I do feel like I am a clear channel in this, and that's one of the reasons why I'm doing it, right? Is just to bring that light down into earth. So it's lovely to meet you and to have you with us. Okay. And so I'm going to just pull some cards for Elena around Michelle and their meeting in person. So, well, I'll share it in a second. Okay. Okay, and I'm just going to pull for clarity. Okay, so it's so funny that I pulled that. So the first card that came up was right. Okay, actually, the first thing that came up, Elena, was electricity. I just got a feeling of electricity when you guys meet. There's going to be this electricity, this flow, this like wow stuff, right? And so I feel like it's really big and it has the potential to really change things. And then I pulled this card right, which is the energy of Thoth. And there's something about writing and there's something about you guys meeting and online that's really important. Hi, Devantia. It's good to see you. I've already got my full list today of people, but it's lovely to have you with us. And I'd love to answer one of your questions next week if you still have them. And so there's this energy about writing, right? There's this energy about bringing flow through words, like so texting and writing and maybe even letters. I don't know if you guys live in the same city, or my sense is maybe you don't live very, very close to each other. And so there's something about the magic in that that helps to create the electricity and the flow. So then I pulled two cards and I'm like, oh, wow, these are big cards. And so the first one got Ace of Swords. And so this powerful new beginning is possible, but there's going to be something holding it back. And that's where, again, I wonder if it's something to do with the distance or if there's something to do with like, wow, this energy is so big. Like, what do we do? Okay, half hour is not too far. That's easily to do. So it's like, but there's something there that's like, how do I work with this? Because I think it's going to be a very, very big energy. Hi, Brittany. I would love to give you in today, but I'm just about finishing up. I'll be here next Tuesday at 2. Feel free to follow my page, and I'd love to get you in. And then the next card I picked was the Tower. And it's like, wow, this is the second time the Tower cards come up. And so I think it has the potential to really change things. So this Tower isn't going to be like, oh, you're going to meet them and it's going to be like, oh God, I don't like them. My sense instead is that it's going to be big. It's going to have the potential to crack things open and perhaps change your life and shift things up. I think there's some big energy here. And then the Nine of Wands in reverse was what I picked for clarification. There's nothing to worry about. You don't have to worry about it. I know Tower, it's like, how can you say don't worry? But it's like, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to look over your shoulder. Everything is going to be okay. It's all going to work out. And it's like, just allow the energy flow, allow the energy to happen, and give that space and that permission for it to be there and to be alive. So I think there is going to be, I think it's going to be electrifying. I think it's going to be a big connection, and to give yourself that permission to feel it and to be with it and to have some fun. And again, I don't like to give too much personal advice on here, but have some fun with the texting, right? Have some fun with the texting. So lovely. Lovely to have you with us. And please join in anytime. Follow my page. Check out my website. I'm going to be offering lots more stuff. I'm trying to do a video a week right now. I might do a live sort of channeled session maybe every other week. I haven't gotten a time for that yet, though. So hi, Janaea. So I just want to let little Miss Kitten know if she's here. Could you let me know? You can just place that energy or say yes in the screen, and then I know to answer your question next. Also, feel free to let me know where you're from. So Janaea, hello from Chicago. I grew up in Detroit, so would go down there a lot when I was a late teenager. So you had your unemployment hearing today, and I do feel good about it, but what will be the outcome? Okay, big. Bye, Divyancha. Okay. Okay, again, I'm going to work with the Ascended Masters deck first again. Okay. Hi, Raven. Okay, beautiful. You're next. Okay. So my sense is, just so you know, as I shuffle these cards, Janaea, my sense is things are going to go okay with it. I just get a feeling of joy and peace. Hi, Anya. I'm just finishing up. I've been on for an hour and I've still got 2 or 3 questions to go. We'll be here next Tuesday. Feel free to join in. If you follow my page, you'll get a notification of the time. It's 2 p.m. Central Time. Okay. Oh, sorry. It's 2 a.m. Perfect. Yeah. If you leave a message on the chat for the next week, I can do it then for sure. Okay. Yeah, it's my pleasure, Raven. I'll talk a little bit more about my journey in a second. Okay, so for Janaea. Okay, so the card you got is Kuan Yin. This to me is a beautiful card. It's Let It Go. I have a couple cards for clarification, but it's just like trust in the universe, trust in the flow. I'll make sure my light is not so glary next time. Trust in the universe, trust in the flow, and know that the universe has everything in hand. And Kuan Yin, it really is divine feminine in the most compassionate way. And yeah, leave it in the comments, Anya, next. How do I say it? If you follow my page, I will have as soon as I'm done with this one, I schedule the next one. And if you leave it in the comments for the next one, then I'll answer it first thing. And so know she's got everything in hand. Kuan Yin is like the goddess of compassion, of love, of connection, of sweetness. And so just know that everything is in hand. So my first sense is just trust in the process and know that there will be clarity and flow, and you don't need to worry about it. Okay. I know it's easier said than done. Okay. Yeah, my pleasure. And so Janaea, again, just clearing the cards. Okay. Yes, I would be confident about it too. I'm just going to pick two cards, I guess, because I think that the second card means victory. So number one, we got the Queen of Wands in reverse. So it's sort of like just trust yourself, right? Like you're confident about it, but there's like a part of you that's like, I don't know, can I like really trust and can I be in my like fully in my power? I think some of this is just in the last few weeks, even. It's more what's passing. It's being nervous to go into it and knowing like when it's right side up, when you own your power, there can be this space and this trust of like, here I am. And then the second card I got is victory. It's the Six of Wands. It's movement, it's victory, it's flow. It will happen soon. You'll get clarity soon. And yeah, and you're going to be taken care of. So really good to know. And thanks for waiting. So beautiful. Okay, and so the next question we had, hey Chicky, hey Alexis, good to see you. I'm almost done with questions for today. So I can't answer anymore, but it's really good to feel your energy. And so let me go now. Hold on. When we've got Anushka is my last reading for today. Okay, and so Raven in California, may I ask you what should I do career-wise when taking care of my health? That is a big one and one I understand well. I am a projector in the human design system, and it's like taking care of our health and nourishing ourselves while working is huge, right? And it's funny, it's when you said thank you for offering these readings, it's like for me, like doing these readings is like some of the greatest work. It's not about like making money or it's not about like doing this, but it's like a way that nourishes me and also brings that energy of light down into earth and grounds it. And I've been feeling maybe a little stuck and stagnant in different areas of my life. And then I had someone suggest to me to start doing readings in this capacity. And I've been doing them about a month and a half. And it's amazing how there's just been this nourishment because of that light coming through. So I'm really enjoying them. Okay. So for you today, I'm getting a sense of the first card we're going to pick for you today, Raven, is a herbal card. And so a card to know what can you do to support yourself and your health while working or having prosperity, having employment. Okay. Very, very powerful. Yeah. I think it would be, it's funny because the card I picked for you, and I picked this card for someone last week too, and it's very powerful. It's Trillium. And it's all about bringing spirit into matter. So how do you bring spirit into form and how do you allow it to blossom and grow? And it's not about going out there and pushing or forcing. Now, obviously there's times in our life when we have to do jobs we don't like and we have to take care of ourselves and, make sure we can survive. But at the same time, you have tremendous gifts and gifts that want to come through you and be brought into matter and to be brought into that space. And so what's really important for you is to tune in and to start listening to yourself of like what it is that's nourishing me and what is it that I'm drawn to and bringing your attention there. And so there might be things you have to do, like have a day job or to do different things at first, but you have a great well of spirit. And as you nourish yourself and as you come into balance with that, like in your connection to what really ignites your soul, start bringing that out in some way. And that's going to be very powerful and positive for your health. Well, at the same time, it can blossom into prosperity in time for you. And Trillium is like one of the first plants that comes up in the spring, and it's very, very sacred. So it's really, again, too, about allowing whatever is being nourished in your, perhaps in your fatigue or in the places where you're like, oh, I don't have the energy for that, or I don't know how to do that, that if you can allow yourself to soften instead of fight it, that's going to allow everything to blossom up at just the right time. Okay. And I'm going to pull just a few more cards, see if anything else comes. And when I ask for this, I'm going to ask, is there any just clear direction on what you need to know? Okay. And I believe we have one more reading after this for today. It's so lovely to have you here with us, everybody. So funny. I look at myself, I'm like, I start to sweat doing these readings. Any clear ideas of steps for Raven? Okay. 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 I think I'm going to pick 3 today. No major arcanas came up. So number 1, don't be afraid. Hi, Meg. We're just about finishing for today, but feel free to follow my page and we'll be here next Tuesday at 2 Central Time. So the first thing is don't be afraid to ask for help or to receive. One of the things that comes from the universe is that we think we need to know how money is going to come or how things are going to flow. And so notice that there's opportunities for you to receive or to be given stuff from other places or other people. Don't say no to gifts that are given to you, and don't be afraid to ask for help when you need it. It will be there for you. And so asking you just to know that, also to generously give as well, right? Like if you have something that you can give, and it might not be monetarily, feel free again to share. So if you're thinking about becoming a reader, maybe it's going to be about doing some free card readings for some friends. Maybe it's going to be about tuning in and giving in that sense, in that space. But the 6 of Pentacles is help is there when you need it. The universe is there to support you. Know there will be movement and energy soon. This is the same card that just came up. It's the 6 of Wands. So victory, flow, some idea of a pathway perhaps starting, but you don't have to force it. It's what is going to come with a sense of effortless ease. Okay. And there is, again, going to be a movement. You've been feeling like you've been bondage. You've been feeling a little bit stuck. You've been feeling a little bit held in space. We've got the 8 of Swords in reverse. It's all an idea of the mind, right? And yet collectively, I think we're all in that space where we're feeling held there. And this is saying that there's going to be the bandages coming off and there is going to be movement. So your invitation and your job is to really be in the question of how can I be most of service to spirit, right? And to my life, my path here of work. And then to really start to tune in what lights you up, right? Beautiful. Yes. Ask for help for those funds. I love that. Right. I love that. And feel free. I don't know if you can message on YouTube or can find my website. If you do copyright that song and get it out there, let me know. I would love to hear about it. So perfect. Now, it's lovely to share with you. Now, our last reading for today, if she is still here, is to, let me go back, is to Anushka from India. So Anushka, let me know if you're here. And if you are, I'm going to do the reading. And if not, I will finish for today. Okay, just give it a second because sometimes there is a lag on my end. Yes, okay, perfect. So where in India are you from, Anushka? And your question is, will I be getting into college? Maharashtra. So I've spent I've spent some time there in Mumbai, but I haven't spent tons of time in the state. The first time I went to India, I ended up being there for over a year. It's a very beautiful and magical place. Yes, I look forward to connecting too, Raven. So Anushka, will Anushka get into college? Hi, Nikita. I'm just finishing up for today. Feel free to join us next week at 2 Central Standard Time. You can follow my page to come on in and get the notifications. Oh my gosh. So yeah. Okay. I'm just going to pull the one card. Maybe I'll share the second one I pulled. You got the star. You are going to be getting into college. You are going to be getting into where you want to go. The way is paved, energy is there, and there is flow for you. This is like the wish card. Your wishes come true. There's going to be clarity about your path. You're going to have teachers and energy and flow that you connect with and enjoy. And yeah, things are really going to open up and light up for you. So know that my sense is 100% the path is clear. And then the second card, I'll just share it for fun, is Knight of Cups. This doesn't necessarily mean romance or a man coming your way, but just again, an opportunity coming your way, a pathway opening up, something that you're going to be connected with energetically, and be able to really, really, really move forward with. And yeah, and you're going to shine. So yes, 100%. So I want to thank you all for joining me. I really love coming here. As I said, it's an opportunity for me to be a channel for the divine and for the energy and flow of life. Feel free to tell your friends, feel free to share, follow my page. I know there's more of you than there's time sometimes for readings. Might mean opening up another time. I do know I want to meet maybe once every other week and do something that's more like a channel direction from spirit for the collective. Feel free to check out my website. I offer a free shamanic, or not free, shamanic journey. If it's like really out of your budget, let me know and we can make it happen. But I try and keep it cheap, especially for those in the West. It's only about $20, $25. It's the first Tuesday of the month. And it's on Zoom. And yeah, and I'll hopefully be having more opportunities to connect. I really want to share information. I want to make things accessible for all. Check out my videos. And yeah, thanks for joining me. And so, so, so much love. And yes, the universe is testing your will, but it's going to open up for you. I promise, Anushka. Or if the college of your choice doesn't open up, the right college truly is. Okay. So much love to you all. I'm signing off now. Bye.